Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Friday workout. Let's get right to it. 3 rounds through, a little bit faster on the run each round, but start off with just some light jumping jacks. And then when you finish number 25, go out on your run, 200-meter run. On the way back, 4 reps on each side of a Samson lunge. So there's a big step, fingers interlaced, and press your palms to the sky overhead as you step through every rep. Then we're gonna go for 5 reps of a push-up plus shoulder tap. So 1 push-up, 2 shoulder taps. So push-up, tap the shoulder, push-up, tap the shoulder, tap the shoulder. And then we're gonna go for 6 standing leg swings on each leg. All right, so if you can do all 6 of these without touching that foot to the ground, that's the best. If you need to pause and take a rest or lean on something like the rig, that is fine too. So we're gonna set up for our seated press, which this is our pressing movement focus for this 18-week cycle, setting up similar to our bench press. So about the same height as the bench press, but a lot less weight than the bench press, probably about 2/3 the weight of the bench press. But we're going for sets of 2, so we should be very close to our maximum ability on the seated press. So 2 reps and rest. In between sets, there's no superset today, so use that time in between your sets of seated press to set up your different elements for the EMOM that's following. So that is an 18-minute EMOM rest, actually 17 minutes if you don't count the final minute of rest, but it's 6 stations. The 6th station is rest, so it's 5 different exercises, A, B, C, D, E, where A is gonna be the one that gets our heart rate up the most, right? So I'll have my bar out, and it is 8 reps of a barbell cluster with the prescribed weight of 95 or 65, or use whatever weight you use for Fran. So the cluster is the biggest barbell movement you can do from the ground to overhead. So it's a squat clean into a thruster. So every rep starts touching the floor, perform the squat clean, and then up and overhead for the thruster. And back to the ground, touch and go, squat clean, thruster, right? 8 reps of that at 95 pounds will definitely get your heart rate up. All right, that's gonna kind of set the tone for the rest of this. You're gonna be huffing and puffing, and then you go immediately to, or not immediately to, in the next minute, which I'm guessing will be relatively soon after those set of 8, you're gonna do a set of tricep extensions. I have a range of 25 to 30 on here. I would like for you to go pretty close to muscle fatigue, but do not pass the minute, right? So if you're at 22 and the minute mark sounds, I want you to go on to the next exercise. Next one is 20 reps of an ab mat sit-up. Again, these are intended to keep you busy for the majority of the minute, right? But ab mat sit-ups, feet held together, and the high part of the ab mat is in the small of my back, all right? All right, next one is a power stance Pallof hold. So now I'll have my other band, and I definitely recommend facing the clock on both sides of this. So wherever you're standing, make sure that you can see the clock. But power stance, Pallof hold, and we're thinking about a 90-degree angle from the band to my arms, all right? So make sure you're not twisted and the band is like in line with your arms, but rotate out even if you don't change where the end of the band is. And that'll help that be a more effective exercise. And the last one is some loaded single leg deadlifts. So not just for stretch, but we are working on balance and strength on that leg that is driving, right? So I'm trying to keep my one leg up off the ground, slight bend in this leg that's on the ground, and kicking that back leg out way behind me and trying to keep my hips flat. So watch out for the hips opening up to the side, right? And watch out for rounding your back and just kind of reaching for the floor. Try to feel that all in that hamstring that is pulling the weight off the ground. And the final minute is rest. If you want to increase weight or change anything, you'll have that minute to do it in. We're repeating that whole sequence 3 times, okay? That is it for this Friday. Have a great one, and I'll see you on Saturday.